Hi everyone, it's Kelly Perline. I hope you're doing well today, and thanks for checking in to sort of see what's been running through my mind lately as I have contemplations and conversations with friends and family and other loved ones. So I just want to let you know that I want to talk about something that is often pretty hard to see in ourselves, but we definitely can point it out really easily in others. And notice I use the word point, right? We point. And I love the old expression that when we're pointing at something or someone, there are all these other fingers actually pointing back at ourselves. So I want to use the word today to have us think about judgment and how much judgment has been going on given the state of the world and all of the many things that are happening in the world right now. There just seems to be a lot of judgment around people being right and wrong, good and bad. And so I want to think about mindfulness, and the simplest of definition is, paying attention to what's happening right here, right now, without judgment and with curiosity. And I want to offer a language shift, because what I'm not saying is that we shouldn't be wise, that we definitely are working on cultivating our wise mind, and judgment has sort of a negative tone again of that, like right and wrong, good and bad. And what I want to encourage us to shift over is to discernment. It is subtle. It's subtle, like just paying attention, focusing, discerning versus judging. And so I still believe that when we accidentally cause harm or knowingly cause harm, unfortunately some people definitely can lean in that direction, knowingly cause harm, but most people it's not in their consciousness yet or their awareness. But hurt people, right? Hurt people hurt beings. Hurt beings hurt everyone. So we know that all of the harm that has been done and is being done often comes from an initial wounding in someone or something. There's this initial wound that then spills out and causes harm. And so if we are to look at these wounds in ourselves or in each other with judgment and a critical, which then leads to a critical heart. So a judging mind definitely grows a critical heart, and a critical heart tends to view the world through otherness, blame, like you've done something wrong, you're to blame, you're bad, I'm good. Or we sometimes turn that blame in on ourselves and it becomes shame, and I'm bad and I am no good. So judgmental mind, critical heart, otherness, blame, it definitely keeps up these barriers between all of us of like you, me, separateness, and leads to a lot of assumptions. And whenever we're making assumptions, another old-time expression is, you know what they say about assuming, it makes an out of you and me. So break the word assume down on a piece of paper and you'll see what I mean, that when we assume, it makes an out of you and me. So let's shift to the other side that I'm hoping that we can move towards. And it's really challenging. It sounds easy, and it's actually quite challenging, and it's very subtle. And you have to be honest with yourself around really what side of this am I really playing with. And so if we shift our thinking over to discernment, and if I think about my own wounds in which I'm still working on healing, and will, when I'm experiencing big emotions or lots of uncertainty, is when a lot of our old wounds come out and surface themselves, and then patterns that are less productive present themselves. But if I can settle and really calm myself, relax my body, and discern some of the nuances within that, and if I can discern with a kind heart, really cultivating kindness towards myself and empathy towards myself and others, recognizing that this is natural. We all fall into these patterns, and we all can support each other in healing these patterns. For me, a discerning mind and a kind heart has led me on my path towards a real sense of interconnectedness and interdependence, that it's really not about for and to anyone. It's really about with, that we are in this together. We are with each other. I don't do anything for you, and you honestly don't do anything for me. However, we do a lot together. We are in this together. We are all doing this with each other. So for me, the discerning mind, the kind heart leads to interconnectedness, interdependence with, and it also then shifts from the good bad of the judgment thinking, critical heart, mind, and body to the both and. So that's the discerning kind, is there's just so much more room for me to really sit in my own discomfort and recognize that there is room for both and that together we can sit and have conversations and ask questions rather than assuming that our stories, that if we just stay stuck in ourselves and we don't enter conversations with people and ask clarifying questions to help grow both of our awareness and increase both of our clarity, because we're in this together with one another, it just leads to much more divisiveness, isolation. One teacher right now is talking a lot about loneliness, and I want you to know I hear you. And all of us are showing up in different ways to work through that with each other. So I'm asking for you to please continue to show up with all of the internal gifts and medicine that you have. Allow yourself to be open and free to see others' gifts, and to know that everyone is approaching this current world situation, as well as the larger situation that this is bringing all of our attention to, that the world needs to be acting differently. We all need to be discerning our patterns through kind, empathic hearts, to dig deep about what we're going to do with each other to heal our own wounds, heal each other's wounds, and heal this planet's wounds, right? So that we can stop this cycle of wounding and to really shift towards healing. So a really simple practice that comes from long ago. I've done this most of my life, so I can't honestly say anyone has taught this to me, although it definitely came to me from somewhere. So I know it's not necessarily me, right? It's the we and the with. Is I grew up with a very different mind that processes things differently. So I have learning differences. And so I have always known from a very, very young age that my perception is often inaccurate. And so from a very young age, I would always question anything. Honestly, that was in my mind. Like, is that true? Did I really hear it that way? Am I really seeing this on the page this way? Have I interpreted this accurately? And so two questions always come to my mind throughout my entire lifetime is what else? What else could this be? What else could this mean? And then I often ask, what if? So what if it actually was going to go this way? Or what if we take this information and play with it this way? And these two questions have honestly saved my life as a learner. It really helped me shift out of a judgmental, critical heart that was really negative on myself. Dumb would be a word that I've used for years, and I still can go there. I catch myself going there sometimes when I'm judging my mind, but honestly, it's just different. I have a different mind, and I have different gifts, and whenever one of the areas within ourselves is weaker, we are so fortunate in our body's wisdom that other parts of ourselves are actually much stronger. So my discerning mind is definitely weaker. However, my kind heart is huge and strong and powerful. And so I'm lucky that I've been able to work with both of them and to use my strength to help support my weakness. And so wherever we might have weaknesses, remember we all have weaknesses, we all have strengths, and our goal is to just sit and really focus on what is it that we have within us. That is, we are all born to be here for a reason, and we all have a task to do. So why not take the time to pause and really check in with your inner self, and if I dare say out loud, if you have a spiritual practice and your spirit guides or your faith, like tap into all of it, put it all together. I truly believe everything is interconnected. It's interconnected and serves a purpose and has a reason. Even our wounds, as horrible as they have been to experience and to be going through, can serve a purpose and be a gift and can really illuminate new directions for us. So what else? What else is happening? What else is happening right now that we can turn to for guidance and support and light? Let's say someone's annoying the heck out of you at home and has said something to you, and so you create all this meaning in your assumptions of what they said to you, what it must mean, and how about you pause? When you're ready, you can ask clarifying questions and think to yourself, what else? What else? And so this is a practice I do often with students at school. When they come to me with a challenge or a situation, whether it be with another person or something else, and I say, so what else could this mean? What else could this mean? And what else? And what else? And what else? And eventually you might shift to, well, what if? So try these questions. Try these practices in your day.